Well, hello traders and friends. Haven't done a video for a while, but I'm going to do a quick one about the option OI open interest that expires this week. And some things that first of all, you can really use this type of scan that I'm using. It really works pretty good. I put it up here so you guys could use it if you want. One of the first ones I wanted to point out was Bristol Myers. What they're doing today, they're putting all this open interest, they're putting it out of the money today. So anybody holding all these call options are underwater today, so not good. And if you look at the stock right here, knowing all that open interest is up here and we're getting rejected today, this is actually a cap on Bristol Myers for the week, quite possibly. So just keep that in mind. This thing's probably going to retreat lower now because of the option makers are going to want those expiring worthless. Just something at the trade idea you may want to consider. There's a really big theme going on here in the energy sector today. You know, we have the OPEC meeting tomorrow, and there's a lot of insurance being bought in the possibility that crude is going to drop tomorrow. And in the face of a strong dollar, plus with the cyclical patterns this time of year, crude should be going lower. There's a lot of things against crude right now. I did notice this in my scans. SCO is the inverse of, or is the ultra short crude. So when crude goes down, you're expecting the calls to go up in value. Well, there's a lot of call activity. I've noticed quite a bit of call activity today in the SCO, the ultra short. I'm going to quickly go through some of these stocks. The 81 puts are very active today. They $3.5 million worth of contracts have been sold here in Slumberg today. Another one that's jumping out at me is ExxonMobil. The 87 calls were pretty active today, of course, you know. But what also jumped out at me was the 84.50 puts were quite active today. So that's something to keep in mind. Somebody's buying some insurance right here. Apache, the 62 puts, quite active today. That's $1.5 million worth of contracts. So that's one to keep on watch. Now Apache's getting a flip side move here. The calls were active today, so not everybody is bearish on the oil space. Oh, that's Anadarko, I'm sorry. Wynn Resorts is quite active today. The 105s are quite active on Wynn Resorts, the calls. So the contrarian view is that the stock will probably stay under 105 this week because of all of that option volume today. So we'll see what happens. One trade that's really standing out today was the 1,000 contracts of the 75 calls for Ambarella. They have earnings this week, and that would put the price right back to all-time highs. So somebody did take a substantial bet, thinking Ambarella is going to have a nice run on earnings. On the other side of retail, Tiffany, the 69 puts, they got one heck of a lot of interest today. There's 731 of them that pretty much hit today, and there was only 81 open interest before. So that's a substantial. They're really expecting Tiffany to. Somebody's expecting Tiffany to really get hit. All told, though, most of the action today is in the energy space. You got some earnings plays people are positioning themselves for, but pretty much everything going on here, they're positioning themselves for what's going on tomorrow, buying insurance and stuff for the OPEC meeting tomorrow. And my bias is to the downside, and with today's weakness, it wouldn't take much to really start moving this market to this, for a nice little correction. So that's just my bet. So anyway, that's all I got to say.